6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. What you doing?
In duck waters.
Taking care of everybody because after I drop off the wife at work, I have to go pick up chicks and 2 big old ducks. So, gonna have a good video for you guys today. Hope you enjoy, and yeah. Just got done putting the ducks in there. Can't see, there they are. We got a bunch of little ones and a bunch of big ones, and people are always like, oh, the big ones will bully the little ones. Nah, not really. We haven't had any problems, and we got a bunch of them in there, so. What is up, guys? Just dropped off the wife. So now we're on our way. It's a 2-hour drive to go get these ducks. And that's like a pretty good drive for a Saturday, but they're a super good deal. And she's got some other stuff I'm gonna try and buy from her. And we'll just see. We'll get these ducks picked up. We'll add to the collection. We'll have about 25-ish ducks. And see if I can get some other chicks, because I know she's got other birds there. And typically everything's for sale with a price right now, because that's how crazy the market is. Yeah, stay tuned. Hope you enjoy the video. But enjoy the pretty drive along the river today. Well, guys, we got chicks, we got our ducks, we got a free rooster. It's been a pretty good day so far.
There's a stalled.
What's up, guys? We got the ducks back. I got their little temporary enclosure put up. Look at them. Actually, this will probably be permanent. I'll probably put the ducks that I'm breeding in here. There's our barnyard mix chickens with my beautiful rooster there. So, yeah. It's a pretty good Saturday. Now let's go check out the chicks. Well, now here's the chicks that I got. Don't really know what they are, but I got my one silver laced Wyandotte over there, and the rest of them, they're just kind of a mix. Check them out. They're awful cute. I just got sick of the one that we had being alone. He was all by himself. So I figured he needed some friends, and I was already there to pick up the ducks up. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a good Saturday. And that's basically just a pickup day for me. I find it deals like that all the time. And I find animals that need places to go, and we'll keep them until we find other homes sometimes, or we'll just keep them indefinitely, and they'll serve a purpose. And in this case, I'm going to breed those 2 ducks with my other ducks, and they're just going to live happy and pay for their own feed and, you know, good farming stuff. So hope you guys have a good weekend, and see you tomorrow. We're going to make a video for Sunday. Psych! Listen, guys. You thought the video was over? Nah, we're about to go sell some quail at a nearby town. I got to meet a guy. I figured not going to make him drive all the way out there. I figured I'll meet him at Tractor Supply, and then we're going to take a peek around. And we're going to do some financial business talking for these folks that, you know, don't want to pay too much for feed, and some of the other stuff they don't want to pay too much for. And I'm going to rip on you, Tractor Supply. You're really expensive for no reason. Unless you're going to sponsor me, I'm going to be blatantly honest about some of the stuff. Some of your stuff's great. Some of your other stuff is crap. And that's just the way it is when it comes to farming. You know, some hardware, your local hardware store is probably really expensive. Tractor Supply probably just undercuts them, and that's how Tractor Supply works. And it sucks, but it's the truth, and we're gonna show some examples of that. And we're we're just gonna talk finances. What you're paying for feed, what you're getting in your feed. Is it really worth it? You know, is it really worth it to pay that extra for that feed? My opinion, no, but others would disagree. It's a little misty today. Grass is starting to turn green here in southern Wisconsin. So, yep, I got 5. The dude paid for 5 straight run, and he's also paying for 2 hens that I got, quail hens. So I hope he gets them. They're starting to molt. They're younger, so they're starting to shed their baby feathers, so they look a little goofy, but they're good quality birds. And I'm throwing some feed in there for him that I feed them, so that way they're not so shocked when he gets them, whatever, you know. But yeah, the reason I sell straight runs at that age is I don't have time to sex them. When I have a ton of them like that, I pick out some of the prettier ones that I want. I'll sex them and see what they are, and we go from there. But typically, you know, when you're dealing the way I'm dealing and you're rolling around buying and selling, and you're constantly looking for stuff, you're feeding, you're taking care of the animals you currently have, you're building fences, when you're busy like I am, plus working a full-time job, you know, it doesn't really matter. I'll just throw feed in there, let them eat, take care of them, clean their cages out, and make sure they're all happy, healthy. But for the most part, straight run, I sell them to guys that train dogs, want to eat them, stuff like that. But if you want to breed them, then I'll go through the process and I'll pick some out and go from there. But this guy, I'm thinking he wanted a better price, so I'm selling him some straight runs, 5 straight runs, and I know for sure there's a male in there and a female because one of them's got some feathers missing. Like I said, they're also like losing their baby feathers, but I know for sure there's at least one more male or there's at least one more female in that group, and there's definitely a male because I threw a really pretty one in there, and I happened to look at him, and he was jumping on the other one. So there's definitely a male and a female in that group, but I don't guarantee nothing in the straight run, and that's just the way it goes. As far as these hens, though, they're already laying eggs. It's kind of a bummer that I'm getting rid of them, but, you know, mouths to feed and stuff like that, it's not, you know, if you sell them before you have a feed bill that's worth more than what they're worth. You know, they've probably eaten about $10 worth of feed, so I got to sell them for a little bit more than that, just because this is a farm and this is a business, and, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So, yep, I'm going to go meet this guy, sell these birds, get some cash, and we're going to walk around, and we're going to see what stuff's going for. I need smaller watering dishes. I think I need 2 more. So if they sell them, great. If they don't, whatever. I'm not going to have my feelings hurt. Stuff like that, I buy at Tractor Supply. But some of the other stuff, like their feed, I don't buy their feed. Not anymore. I used to. But then I started raising ducks, and ducks eat a lot. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna walk around and talk about it. So see ya when we get there. Look at that, guys. Completely gone. See, like, this is a good buy. This is 150 foot, and it's $89. That'd be like $100, but still, 1-inch mesh, 150 feet. You can't beat that. But then you look at this stuff, 50 foot for $34. Like, that doesn't add. Just cut it and restring it. Like, so that stuff doesn't make sense. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But yeah, guys, this kind of stuff you gotta look at. Buy in bulk, you save a lot. I don't even have the drinkers I need. None of these fit in my coop, which kind of sucks. Upsetting. I could probably get the feeders to fit, but then they're not going to have as much space. So I could build a bigger coop, or I could find the drinkers I need, which they do not have. They're normally, I think they're normally right there. They're $10, so it's kind of a bummer. Keep looking. Example, this is just scratch grains. It's $15. Place I get my feed is 5 per 50 pounds. Same with that, it's like 11, and it's just whole corn, and then this is like layer feed. It's probably the same price. Oh no, it's $5 more. Yeah, you know, you're not. It's probably got the same stuff I do. Crude protein, it's only 16%. I get 20%, so it's not really that great. It's weird. Well, guys, we just sold the quail. Now it's time to go home and get some more work done. What is up, guys? I'm doing farm cleanup today. It's a little bit drizzly. I'm gonna clean out the chicken pen. I'm gonna lime everything. I like to lime. It kills a lot of the viruses, bacteria like coccidiosis, stuff like that. It helps keep parasites down. And when you can't rotationally graze in the spring and winter months, it's very important to have barn lime or some sort of a regimen for parasites. I don't like shooting dewormers into my goats and other animals, so what I typically do is I just mitigate the parasite load. Yeah, does it kill some earthworms? A little bit. Barn lime is not my first choice, but it works really well, and it's been a very wet year, and the wetter it gets, the more problems you have. Aside from grass growing and stuff, which I don't have inside the pasture anyway because it's all forest. So the lime can do two things. It can dry it out too much, but if you do it when it's raining and drizzling, it seems to push it into the soil. It can kill earthworms, but then the goats and everything else make up for it because they're obviously spreading manure everywhere. So that's what we're doing today. Hope you enjoyed the first half of this video. It was a good day yesterday. The ducks settled in nicely. I got them a nice little pen set up for now, just until I get these trees cleared out and I get everything squared away. That's just how it's gonna be for now. They're happy, they're fed, they're hungry. So that's what we're gonna do. And in the springtime, you get a lot of issues. Springtime, when it's wet like this, a lot of parasite load. So I think it's important that you spread barn lime. I put barn lime in the coop. I put it everywhere where the animals spend the most of their time, and I put a lot of it right outside the gates like that. So that way I'm not bringing anything in. When I walk in there, it kind of like disinfects your shoes. And when you go and visit other people's farms is another thing. Biosecurity is big. Even when you visit other people's farms, I recommend taking a different pair of shoes, different pair of pants, clothes, whatever, and putting them in a bag afterwards and washing everything. And then going to the extent of showering after you pick up animals, quarantine them. There's just a lot you should do and people don't. But I think it's important to do that. I didn't quarantine these 2 ducks just because I knew I was going to be doing this today. So I look at them, they're fine. They share a fence with the chickens, and the chickens are fine, so we're not going to have any issues there. And then as far as like chicks go, chicks are important to make sure you're being biosafe, any animal. But those 2 ducks, I'm not worried about it. The farm I went to was very, very, very nice farm, so not too worried about it. And I trust their word, but you can't always trust everybody, so always take those precautions. So as you can see, I've just spread barn lime pretty much everywhere, and I just hand spread it. I carry the bag and I just spread it around. I put it on the manure pile, I put it on the walking paths, I put it wherever they spend a lot of their time. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that quick tip. I'm gonna get back to work and I'm gonna show some progress here. Now I'm into the chicken coop. You see the ducks over there on the other side and the chickens here. I'm gonna take this divider fence down. so they can have more space. I'm actually just going to swing it over. I'm going to swing it over so they can have more space, and then I'll take those pallets down. Because I want everybody to have a nice size coop. It'll be about, I don't know, a 15 by 20, give or take. Good enough space for what I got. These are my breeder birds, so I like to keep their eggs in one spot. And this is what we do to breed our barnyard mixes, and we'll eat these eggs. I got some in the laying boxes right now, and it's just been wet and muddy. And as you can see, that's before. And when I uncover all this, I do a deep bedding method typically, and I'll clean it once every 2 weeks. And that's the way the cookie crumbles around here, because we have a lot of animals, a lot of chores to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean everything up, and then I'm going to lime the ground, and then I'm going to put some fresh straw and stuff down for them to pick through, because they love to pick through it, and it doesn't hurt them much, if at all. It doesn't hurt them at all. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, stay tuned. Now you see I'm about halfway through. I got all limed up. I got a lavender Orpington sitting on her egg right now. I'll have to get those in a bit. The rest of the chickens are all just sitting here wondering what I'm doing. But yeah, anyway, show you when it's all done. Fresh bedding. Everybody will be happy. So now I got the pen all cleaned out. Their coop's nice and clean. What are you doing, crazy? Get down from there. That's all that was in their coop. We'll put everything back in. That's going on the ground. I might actually stick it in there just for today because it is going to rain. But that pretty much concludes today's video. Tomorrow's video, we're going to have a pickup video. It's just a short one. We're going to go get silver-laced Wyandottes. Pure silver-laced Wyandottes. I'm super excited. The rooster's not related to them. It's 2 hens and a rooster. I'm super excited. My wife's super excited, so we'll have a video for that, and we'll just flip it in there. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. The YouTube channel is about to pick up because we're about to do more content. When it's this cold and this crappy out, we don't do a whole lot with the content, and it is going to rain.